497-1147. Our youngest driver in the field, it'll be his birthday on Wednesday. He'll be turning 14 years old. Here's the first time in the week. 12.497 on the first line. 12497 was Motors. Special thanks to Mom and Dad. It's a 22 car. Interstate Sprint Car Series action. He won the weekend's race last Saturday night from Bedford. It's the Hopkins. 11:31.4 and 1:13.14 for Roger Crockett. ESPN's racing on the second time. Last time of the night, 11:0. To the sides. This is 1182-8 for women. Romano Sales Morgan West Enterprises online auction.com. Special thing for the UK. That is quicker. Transfer racing engine. Triple length chassis from Eugene. Here is the 11th accent train. From Salem, this is Katie Allen. 12-8-4-9-1-2-8-4-9. Getting into the sprint cars this season. And second lap. He's totally used to wingless sprint action. Putting the wing. With a first precision point sponsor, Evo Chassis. How about this race change? Towards the year last week, you see the devastating flip on the back stretch. He's back. The number 10 car from EG. This is Kyle Miller. 489 is good to see him in good spirits. And the race for the racing engines are recording on the race. Lap is 11 quick, 11. The charts going from 15 quick. $2,500 to win. Starts fifth in the 25 seat. He's the other dash eligible car. Coming out of turn number 4. For Mr. Rick Daniels atop the flag stand. the front row. Then it's Miller. Party. First of all, we're going to be starting at the end of the line here. He was 7 quick, able to put up a top 5 finish in the dash. And you don't want to see anybody have rough luck, but was able through some misfortune of another person, Shane Forte, 6 quick tonight. Ryan Gomes from McKinleyville, California, getting into tonight's 6-car dash. It's got to feel good for your first time here at Cottage, your first time with ISCS.
Oh man, it feels good seeing you in here tonight. It's just been a real family effort, and we're just happy to be out running. Second time we ran all year, so get it going again. Hopefully we'll be competitive.
Well, Ryan, you don't know what's in there. Are you wanting to give what you have up in your hand, or do you want to just, for the luck of things, just give it to someone else?
Well, my best friend Chad Noel, he's crew chiefing from home tonight, and I called him and asked him who should I take it from, and all he said was, who do you think?
So I'm going to think Roger Crockett.
I'm thinking it's coming from Roger Crockett.
Okay, so he's going to take Roger Crockett's envelope. So go ahead, Ryan, and take his envelope, whatever number you have. He's going to get right now. Don't open them yet. Seth Nunes from Medford, the 16-year-old, able to get in by the same team, but nonetheless, getting into the top 5 is what it's all about.
Yeah, I think everyone here, my dad, my mom, my CJ, Virginia Mike, and Napa Parks, Sleep Soil, just everyone to help us out here.
Well, Seth, similar story to Ryan, you don't know what's in there. You have an opportunity to essentially steal from somebody. What is your decision? Are you going to keep with what you got, or are you going to see maybe if someone else has got a lucky number in there?
I think I'll trade it Groves.
Okay, so Chad Groves is going to get his number. By the way, keep track of this because there's some bizarre things happening. Chad Groves, first time here with the ISCS. Last time you guys were here with the 410, you had some rough luck, but when you were here with the 360, you had some good runs going for you. Great to see you out here, my friend.
Yeah, it was good. We've had 360s running real good this year, so we'll kind of continue on here.
Well, Chad, what's your decision? You can solve it from so far. Are you going to want to get your envelope back, or are you going to stick with what you got?
What are the rules here?
You can trade with anybody you want.
Yeah, I don't trade with Jones down there.
Okay, he's in the teams with Ryan Gomes, which originally came from the end from Roger Crockett. Rob Hell in the 68 car from Sutherland. You were able to get in, finishing the 5th and final spot, but like I said, just finishing 5th, that's what it's all about. There's no, incentive of finishing 5th or first in your race.
Yeah, I definitely would have rather get first, but I think, it was kind of a little bit of a hard spot there.
Well, you got the envelope, and you've seen what's taking place so far. What are you going to go with your gut feeling?
Well, last time I took it from me, I started on pole, so I'm going to see if that works again.
All right, he's gonna take Nate Morlock. Nate gets stolen from quite often, by the way. And by the way, these three guys up here, Helm, Morlock, and Crockett, are pretty experienced because they're the only drivers so far that have made every single dash so far this season. Nate Morlock, you just got stolen from. You said it was a bad idea. What are you going to do, my friend? First of all, your night and perspective so far.
You know, I had a pretty good call on my lap, and once again, somebody was first, with the Roger coming out, I said, no, we're second. But anyways, I got to thank all fans for coming out tonight, picking the right places to be out for what I did. And hopefully, we'll get a decent start slot in this dash, and continue that in the future.
By the way, Nate, congratulations on tying the knot last Saturday in a beautiful ceremony. What are you going to do with this envelope?
I'm going to use my previous, envelope passing, just straight back to Rob.
Okay, so he's just going to get it back. Now it leads us to Roger Crockett. Roger, here, 3 for 3 so far this season. You picked up the wingless victory. I'm sure you're very happy with the wing on top of your car tonight.
Yeah, I didn't like having the wing back, and I'm just going to let Chad sit on the couch and keep this one right here.
Okay, all right, so you're going to keep yours. Okay, so nobody opened them yet. We're going to start with Roger here to see what he has. Now, these are for starting positions in the main event. 5 laps is the distance. Where will Roger Crockett start?
3.
He gets to 3. He's going to start in 3rd. Going to Nate Morlock. Hey, that's a good idea. Brian, envelope openers. Of course, you don't want anybody to stab each other if they get the wrong number stolen. The pole for Nate Morlock. Hey, that was We're on the action. Hey, there's a 2 in there, buddy.
It's incredible.
Outside last round, that's an outside pole, so 6. A 6. All right, Chad Rose. Chad Rose from Ben. As these 2 guys look getting a little on the nervous side. Where will Chad Rose start? Will it be the outside front row? It'll be inside 3rd row. 5th spot. So there's a 2 between these 2 guys, Seth Nunez and Ryan Gunn. Seth, you're up to the bat. Who's got the outside 2nd row? Is it Gomes or Nunez? It is Nunez. So if everything's working, yeah, let's open it for. We want to make sure this thing isn't rigged or anything. It should be a 4 if everything's correct. If not, we're going to have to check with management here. It is a 4. Okay, so everything is up to the par.
McKinleyville fastball sponsor 55 from McKinleyville, California. Ryan goes, spans 4 tonight's 6 cars for 5 laps. Corner 3 on the inside is going to be the Mike Smith Center, sponsored 25C from beautiful Central Oregon. From Finn, that is Chad Groves. On the outside of him, the Held Automotive and Accessories 68 from Settling, Rob Held. Nate Morlock, Seth Nunez on the front row. Who's going to earn the front row starting position for tonight's 30-lap feature? We shall see as they come out of through. car from Medford. And Roger gets the trophy. Congratulations to Roger picking up the trophy dash victory, starting on the pole tonight. You and Nate Morlock going tooth and nail there, making a very close race to the very end. Nate was working on the high side. He started on the bottom. In the feature, it's going to have to start on the high side. It's going to make a great race between the two.
Yeah, it's going to be good. The bottom's actually a little better than the top right now. So him hanging shows how fast this car really is. So should be an interesting 30 laps after darn sure. It's nice to get up here, really clean the air, and let's go from there.
Well, Roger, 3 races, you won all 3 of them so far. And I know you hear the critics. The last 2 have came within the 10 laps where you could have lost that race at any time. By any means, this series is becoming very tough and very prestige in only 3 races in its history.
Yeah, definitely. It means a lot to win every night for me. And, it's like, sure, it's nice to have the wings back. I see people, had heard some mixed results with that, but, regardless of that from the racetrack, it's not really somebody's started with a sledgehammer. So, shows the class there. And, like I said, ready to have the wings back and ready to rip this main event.
Well, Roger, congratulations on the starting position, and good luck to you tonight in tonight's 30-lap feature.
Thank you.
All right, race fans, Roger Crockett.
For one last time, take a good stretch. Make sure you got room next to your neighbor, though. Of course, don't flop anybody, because you're going to see one of the greatest sights that you will ever see at this racetrack and in the world of motorsport. As you know what time it is, Cottage Grove Speedway, don't you? Are you ready to do it? It is time to put your hands up in the air. The last time we were in action, and he finished 4th at the Goose Bay Speedway and has a 5th to his credit on the season opener. Out of turn number 4, set to go green for the initial start. Roger Crockett, Nate Morlock, front row, and here we go.
set to go green. series, starting on the pole there, but having to hold off a very fast time earlier tonight, getting more on was fast tonight, and it seemed like the cautions were coming out right up at the right time.
Yeah, actually, when I see Barnes and Chad Rose and Nate, they were all right there fitting the lap, and I was thinking, I don't need to yell at that point, but I definitely didn't see that tank car was off close to me, I'm sure. My crew said he was rolling around the ball, I don't know how the heck he was doing that, but fortunately we started ahead of the night, and who knows what would have happened if we would have stayed green track.
Roger, tell us about, let's see, it was the Brent with Linder and Dale, and that gave an opportunity for some of the crews to come out. The crews, obviously, they went to the economy where Miller was running. Did they give you any information to help you win this race?
Actually, I didn't even ask about what Kraft was doing. We didn't really make any changes in our car. We just having a bit of a leading the rear, just make sure we have fluid in it, and just keep driving 100%. That's all you can do.
Well, Roger, tonight you're picking up the victory. I know you'd like to sweep the weekend. Some extra money up for grabs, and there's going to be some extra fast cars making the trip up and down I-5.
Yeah, we have a few more cars coming tomorrow, so that'll be pretty good. And I'm looking forward to getting down here and trying this again.
All right, Roger. Well, congratulations on the victory, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you for all the fans coming out, and more cars, more fireworks, and everything tomorrow. Pretty good.
All right, Roger. Congratulations. Roger Carl accepted. Kyle Miller of Eugene, and Kyle, it's great to see you doing good here. Starting 11th, I thought, oh gosh, man, he's got a long way. All of a sudden, we were like only like 7 laps in, and you're like running with more like in 3rd place.
Yeah, I was actually surprised myself. I mean, Brian Clark did a great job getting this track 2 boosts for the feature. You know, my car was really, really good down the bottom. It was okay up top, but not as good. But I was fast enough to be able to get around the cars. And you know, we had a couple people slip off the bottom there when we were going to the front, and it just that kind of helped. That gave us a couple spots. You know, I was just being patient running the bottom for most of it. And once I got up there, I seen Roger. I thought we might have something for him, but you know, the bottom just slipped off a little bit too much there at the end. I couldn't quite carry the speed I was early in the race. And I thought maybe I could follow him up top and get close enough to maybe slide him, but my car was just a little snug up top and it wouldn't quite work up there as well as it did on the bottom.
It looked like you guys were coming up on a hefty load of lap cars to put a lap down, and it looked like that was the opportunity. And then all of a sudden, right when Roger was coming on the tail tank of some of those guys, the caution came out, a guy had spinning right in front of him. That looked like that might have been a real game changer right there.
Yeah, and I mean, in races like these, you know, yellows kind of happen like that, but, you know, I really can't thank my crew enough. After that second red flag, we lost brakes. Completely had no brakes in the race car. I almost got into a lap car down in turn 3, and they kicked the brake pad or something, but, you know, my crew did a great job getting the brakes back in the car. We rebuilt the brakes really quick, and we got it going right before that red ended.
And Kyle coming back from a very, very serious crash a week ago. Apparently the doctors allowed you to come out. That's really awesome. And is this the same, I assume this isn't the same car that you ran last week?
No, it's not. This is a brand new car. First time this Triple X has seen the track.
So we got the same top 3 as we did the last time we were here. Tomorrow night, big money on the line. I know you'd like to make sure that this doesn't happen, that you're sitting one spot higher.
Yeah, I screwed up all the night. I ran really good down 1-2, and then those laps I just made a mistake down to 3-4. Hopefully tomorrow I'll start a little closer to the front.
Well, Kyle, congratulations. Second place tonight. We'll see you tomorrow evening.
Thank you, Ben.
All right, ready? The Cottage drove, or Eugene, I guess we should say, always from Cottage drove. Nate, tell us about your night starting up there, having a great battle with Kyle early in the race, and then it looked like the car was coming around, and you were getting through some of those lap cars really quickly and catching up with some of these guys.
Yeah, you know, the first 10 laps there I felt pretty good, and then I think the driver went to lunch and didn't come back until about the 6th lap. But 6 laps to go. But, you know, I got to thank my crew. These guys worked their tails off. I wish I could have got a better finish for them, but, you know, with the 360 there, we're fortunate to not spin it out and go back. But, you know, all in all, can't complain too much. Could have been one of the guys upside down, but, you know, what do we do?
Well, Nate, going into tomorrow, got some a bigger person, and it pays pretty good. Not just at the top, but it's the wealth is spread out pretty well. And I'm pretty excited coming off of a decent run tonight and going into that race.
Yeah, you know, my goal usually is to get tomorrow there's going to be a couple more fast guys, I think. Trying to riders in the year, so top 5 will probably be good for tomorrow.
All right, Nate, well, congratulations finishing 3rd place tonight. We'll see you tomorrow week.
Thanks.
All right, race fans, Nate Moreland with Cottage.